Okay, seems that we're live now. I'm a few minutes early. Maybe I'll just wait a few minutes for people to come on. Just give me a few minutes. If you're in chat and can hear me and it sounds fine, can you give me a 1 in the chat? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Please keep things respectful. This is going to be a sensitive topic, I believe. So keep that in mind, okay? Just see what we're doing here. Trying to find, there we are. All right. Oh, hang on, I gotta find myself here. My journal. Alrighty, okay. So I don't know if anybody has heard of this. It just happened, I believe, yesterday. A young mother, Lindsay Clancy, allegedly murdered her daughter, Cora, who was 5, her son, Dawson, who was 3, and I believe an 8-month-old baby boy, unnamed, that I could find, has survived. Now, this is a very tragic story. So, a little back history here that I could find was that Lindsay is a maternity nurse at one of the most well-known hospitals in the world, Boston. That's where she's from. Let me just get into here. So it goes, I'm going to read an article. This is from the True Crime Daily article. I'm not going to put it up on screen, but if you just search up True Crime Daily, I do believe they have a podcast too as well. But this is on their website, like as a news thing. So it says, a mother faces murder charges after she allegedly strangled 2 of her young children to death and tried to kill her infant and then herself. According to Plymouth District Attorney Tim Crews, on Tuesday, January 24th, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this right, Duxbury police received a call at 6:11 p.m. from a man who said he came home and a woman at his residence had jumped out of the window. The Duxbury police and fire departments arrived at scene and transported the woman to hospital where she remains. Okay. It goes on to say the first responders reportedly located three children under the age of 5 years old in the home who were all unconscious and with obvious signs of trauma. A 5-year-old girl and a 3-year-old boy were taken to the hospital where they were pronounced deceased. A 7-month-old boy, now we're not too sure. I've heard 7 months, 8 months, and 9 months. So take it for what it is. Was reportedly flown to a hospital in Boston for treatment. Crews called the deaths an unimaginable, senseless tragedy. On Wednesday, January 25th, Crews announced to his office that he found probable cause to seek an arrest warrant for the 32-year-old Lindsay Clancy for the death of her children. The warrant was issued on 2 counts of homicide and 3 counts of each strangulation, assault, and battery with a deadly weapon. And then it just says update. Police arrest warrant. An arrest warrant has been issued for Lindsay, like what I had just said, on the deaths of her 5-year-old Cora Clancy and 3-year-old Dawson Clancy, and Lindsay Clancy is under police custody. Now, it's reported that Clancy has been called to police to report her supposed attempted suicide. As to Cora and Dawson Clancy and the infant who survived, is Wesley. Okay, so the baby is named Wesley. Not that that really matters. According to Mass Live, I guess that's a Boston news station, Lindsay Clancy allegedly fatally strangled her children in the residence on Summer Street. Sorry, this is a little hard. Lindsay reportedly worked at Massachusetts General Hospital as a labor and delivery nurse. The hospital told Mass Live in a statement that we are in shock and is saddened to learn of this unthinkable tragedy. We extend our deepest sympathies to all those affected by these devastating events. Clancy remains in hospital, and Cruz says, which is the Tim Cruz is the district attorney. Oh, excuse me. She remains in hospital, and her condition is a moving target. What does that mean? But he did not comment on her exact status. Okay, well, that's weird. All right. I'm going to show, let me just pause this. Okay, I guess I have to share my screen. Welcome to all that is joining. This is a sensitive topic. It's about Lindsay Clancy, mother, a 32-year-old mother that killed her 2 babies and attempted to kill her infant son. Let me just share my screen. All right. Is my screen's not sharing? Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is from WCVB Channel 5 in Boston. And this was January 24th.
Is everybody all set? Yeah. All right. My name's Tim Cruz. I'm the Plymouth DA. I'm here with Lieutenant Colonel Scott Warmington of the State Police, Duxbury Police Chief Mike Carbone, Duxbury Fire Chief Rob Reardon. Some brief information for you. Remember, this just occurred a couple hours ago. It's an ongoing investigation, and it's very active. Here to update you tonight on a double death investigation here in Duxbury. At approximately 6:11 p.m. tonight, Duxbury Police received a 911 call from a male resident at 47 Summer Street, who arrived home and reported the attempted suicide of the adult female resident who had jumped out of the window in the home. Upon arrival, Duxbury Police and Fire located the woman. She was transported to a local hospital for treatment, where she currently remains. First responders subsequently located 3 children under the age of 5, unconscious with obvious signs of trauma.
It's heartbreaking.
A 5-year-old girl and a 3-year-old boy were transported to a local hospital where they were pronounced deceased. An 8-month-old infant boy was med-flighted to a Boston hospital where he remains at this time receiving treatment. As I stated, this is an active and ongoing investigation. We are still in the process of notifying next of kin. No identification is coming out at this point. This is an unimaginable, senseless tragedy, and it is an ongoing investigation. One thing that we do want people to understand here in the Duxbury area, that this is not something that happened randomly. This is people should remain safe, believe that they are safe in their homes and on the streets here in the town of Duxbury. I'll have Chief Carbone say a couple words about that.
Evening. I just want to reiterate what DA Cruz said, that this is an isolated incident and there is no further threat to the community. We feel very comfortable in saying that. And as far as I can't stress enough, it's an investigation with the Duxbury detectives, as long as the Massachusetts State Police are working with us. And once we have some more answers, we will release that to you. Thank you.
All right, thank you all for coming out tonight. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm sorry. You can, but whether or not I'll be able to answer them, I'm not sure. It appears so. That's what it initially appears to be, but like I said, we're still trying to put this together.
The woman is alive right now, right?
As far as I know, she's alive, being treated right now. You know what? I'm not going to label anybody anything at this time, but it's an ongoing investigation, and we will see where that leads us. And we're in the process right now of getting information regarding our search warrants, making sure we do everything that we need to do to get into the house lawfully to make the determinations that we have to make. As I have often said at these terrible events, this is a slow and steady process. We're not here to do it quick. We're here to do it right. Sometimes that takes a little bit of time, and that's what we'll continue to do.
Are your first responders or police officers, are they okay?
Yes, they are okay. They're currently, we're taking off duty for the moment, but they are okay.
And the baby that was med-flighted, how old?
Approximately 8 months.
Where were the children from?
You know, they're in the home, inside the home. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Where in the house?
Yeah, you know, we're still going to wait for more information on that. Like I said, the police and the responders showed up, and once we get inside and solidify all the positions, we'll talk about that. I can't tell you that at this point. You know, cause of death hasn't been determined. We're going to wait when the ME gets involved in the case and make the determination as the manner and means. We'll go from there.
So the woman?
No. All right.
The person who called in, the father never put the resident of the house.
We believe so.
Okay.
All right. Good night. Thank you.
All right. So that was that. Let me stop my screen for a second. So from what I can take is the father came home, found a person, which ended up being his wife, on the front yard, I guess it was. I'm not too sure if it was front yard or backyard. She jumped out of a window, so it was related as suicide. And then whether he had called the police prior to checking on his kids, I'm not too sure. But come to find out that two of his 3 children were deceased. A very sad case. Let me just go on to see what this one has to say. Oh, there's another link here. Okay, let me share my screen again. This is again from, I do believe it's the district attorney of Duxbury, Tim Cruz. I think that's his name. All right, let's see. This, just an update.
Course of the investigation, we developed probable cause, and today are seeking and obtaining an arrest warrant out of Plymouth District Court, charging 32-year-old Lindsay Clancy, the mother of these children, with their homicides. Lindsay Clancy, as I stated, is being treated at a Boston hospital. As soon as able, we will be arraigning her on the 2 charges of murders and the deaths of her children. As stated earlier, this is an active and ongoing investigation by the Mass State Police and the Duxbury Police. I want to further commend the professionalism and the work of the Duxbury first responders and the Mass State Police. I'm sure many of them will not forget what they saw last evening, and I think we should all be grateful to the men and women that put a uniform on that are willing to do this difficult and challenging job. When something like this happens, there are obviously usually more questions than there are answers. As we proceed forward, we will give answers as we can. But we have, as I stated before, need to continue to do our job to put a criminal case together. So therefore, nobody's here to speculate. Nobody's here to talk about any motive of individuals. We're well aware of the fact that anybody charged with a criminal crime is presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in all of our cases. This is an ongoing investigation, and certainly our heart's condolences go out to the Clancy family. I cannot begin to fathom the expressive, the pain, the depths of pain that must be going on. With that, I'll turn this over to Chief Carbone of the Duxbury Police.
Chief Michael Carbone, Duxbury Police Department. As we continue to investigate this painful incident, I'd like to thank the Massachusetts State Police District Attorney's Office and the Duxbury Fire Department for their help, and the many other surrounding agencies for their support and their offering of resources. The Duxbury Police Detectives, along with the State Police Detectives, have been working nonstop. And will continue in the days, weeks, months, or whatever it takes to get answers and to hopefully come to justification of or reasoning of what's going on here. Again, I just want to extend my gratitude to the many agencies. Thank you.
Chief Rob Bearden, Duxbury Fire Department. On behalf of the entire fire department, our thoughts and prayers are with the victims of this tragic event, their family members, and all the members of our regional public safety community who responded. Tragedies like these are always difficult to comprehend and process. We may be left struggling with many emotions. Please know that all public safety personnel have been offered and will continue to be offered needed support. To all those who responded, we care about you. If you or a colleague are in need of support, please reach out. I also want to thank the citizens of Duxbury and surrounding communities for the extraordinary care and compassion they have shown during this very difficult time.
The video's off a little bit there, sorry.
Our community is, of course, reeling from the tragic events of last night. And I want to reemphasize with the district attorney that this is an ongoing investigation.
I really wish they would speak up a little louder.
Many people have been contacting each of our respective departments about the well-being of our first responders and what people can do to help to support them. Following their response and involvement in the events of last night, the fire, police, and dispatch personnel who were either at the scene or provided support during the incident were relieved of their duties shortly thereafter. The Duxbury Fire and Dispatch departments engaged the services of their critical incident stress debriefing team, and the Duxbury Police Department received support from the Metropolitan Law Enforcement Council and Massachusetts State Police peer support groups. We offer our sincerest gratitude to these groups for their support of our departments. The town of Duxbury is providing the stress and follow-up support that is necessary to each of the men and women in these departments. As you all know, the service of our first responders that they provide to our community on a daily basis is truly remarkable. In these seemingly impossible moments, our support for them is absolutely critical, and we are committed to ensuring their well-being. As was mentioned, the outpouring of support to our community has been incredible. We have all heard from our neighboring municipalities and, of course, the remarkable residents who live here.
Sped the speed up a little bit, guys.
Donations to meals, departments. At this point, while we cannot accept monetary donations, we would ask those who may wish to contribute food and meals to please contact either the police department at 781-934-5656 or the Duxbury Fire Department at 781-934-5693. Please note that the town of Duxbury is tremendously grateful for the support. We all share the deep appreciation of our first responders. We have a lengthy road ahead of us. We are thankful that we are not alone in that journey.
Tell us if postpartum psychosis is being looked at.
I'm not in a position to comment on any mental health issues. However, I would say that everything is being looked at.
If there's a husband, we also have to let your confirm he's the one who made the 911 call.
He is the one that made the call, and he is not hospitalized.
This is a double murder of attempted suicide. What are we talking about?
I'm not going to really be in a position that I can classify it at this point what it is. Obviously, it's a horrific situation to young children, and we're still putting it together. And when we come up to the end of that road, we'll make a determination.
Is there any history of guilt?
No comment on that.
What's the condition of his health?
I don't know that. I do know that the child is still under care as we speak right now. And, I don't have his exact status, but I think we should all be praying for him.
How long it was before the husband arrived home?
That's going to be part of the investigation.
Yeah, but can I talk about the woman trying to hurt herself before the window?
That's also part of the investigation. We're in a position right now, like I said, we got the actual factual situation going on. That's still being put together. And I think that when we have an opportunity to address and put those issues on the record in court, I think there'll be some clarification as to that.
The strangulation, I used to read the general bound with deceased with strangulation was the one who was hurt as well. Have any evidence of strangulation?
There is certainly evidence of harm to that child, but I'm not going to specify that child.
You said they were bound.
No, I'm not going to say that at this point. Okay.
How many first responders were police officers? How long?
I actually don't know that question. I know some of the police officers, chief.
As far as the police department goes, anybody who's on shift, I'm not going to release a number, but any officer that was working on shift at that time.
Just in Duxbury or something surrounding community?
Yeah, I can't speak for the surrounding communities, but in Duxbury, yes.
All right. Let me pause that for a second. Get out of full screen. Now, I want it to, let me just stop my screen for a second. All right. So, hang on. I think somebody's at the door. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second, please, and thank you. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. Just my neighbor coming home, my dog's bark. All right, so we know that Lindsay has been suffering from postpartum psychosis and was seeking help for it, from my understanding. I do believe, let me just pull this up. There's an article that I wanted to read. Yeah. It says this is from the New York Post, and it said Massachusetts mom accused of strangling her two young kids and trying to kill her infant before jumping out a window had revealed online months earlier that she was struggling with her mental health after giving birth. Lindsay Clancy opened up about her battle with postpartum anxiety on Facebook in July, months before the shocking violence at her home in Duxbury on Tuesday. 6 weeks after the birth of her third child, the mom of three shared another post about how she felt dialed in again. She said she was focusing on exercise, nutrition, and her mindset, noting it has made all the difference, the outlet reported. Posts are not visible publicly on the Facebook page, which is true. Sources have told CBS Boston authorities are considering the possibility that Clancy was suffering from postpartum psychosis. So, unfortunately, a little too late in getting the help And if she said that she was feeling better, why do what she did? Prayers, let me close that out, for the surviving infant, that he survives. That would be nice. And to her husband, God only knows what he's going through and imagining. Like, I just don't know. All right, guys, I'm going to keep up on this one. And hopefully the little baby pulls through. And if you know somebody that is going through what Lindsay went through, please call out to somebody. Contact a suicide line. I have one scrolling across the bottom this entire live. So it is, let me just repeat. Okay, if considering suicide, please contact the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, or by dialing 988, or you can text STRENGTH to the crisis text line at 741-741, or go to 988lifeline.org. Please don't resort to what this lady resorted to, and get help, and tell somebody. Tell them, I can't. You have to. You need to protect your family, and just pray for this family, that's what's left of it, that they can come out of it okay. This baby survives, hopefully. It's just a heartbreaking story. Anyhow, thank you for joining with me today. Please give a like, a thumbs up. It's free. It helps my channel grow so other people can see what I've been putting out. Share and make a video. Do one yourself about this, or about any other child, or any other case that you may know. Okay, guys, until next time, stay safe and love each other. Take care. Bye-bye.